Dad, I thought we were gonna watch that one-shot sniper video.
Yeah, I know. You want to see that video. Alright, guys. Well, looks like we're going to that one-shot sniper video. The little munchkin child that really... We're just going to roll the clip. So it looks like the queen has spoken. And sees how the daughter wants to go out and just tell everybody what kind of video we're having. Hey, Dad, a one-shot sniper video. So now you guys know it's a one-shot sniper video. Why is my camera mount? You know what? I'm going to come to this side. This is my better side anyway. But yeah, guys. So this build here is literally about the one-shot sniper, okay? We're doing tons of damage. We're stacked into a lot of damage. This is definitely not a solo build. This is definitely a build you want to have with a team. But man, it hits hard. And I mean, like, take a Mack truck and multiply it by 10. That's how hard it hits. Your kids will feel it. Swear to God. But anyway, guys, let's roll that clip. And let's show you what this build is all about. Back to my good side. Roll it. Hey guys, so diving into this build here, this is what we're calling the one-shot sniper. We're here to deal as much damage to heads as we can. We want to bust those grapes. So as you can see here, we start off with the specialization, the sharpshooter specialization, primarily because it brings an additional 15% headshot damage to the overall build, and that's overall what we want. We want to have that sharpshooter mentality. We want to shoot for them headshots. Going right into it here, we have Nemesis as our very first weapon of choice. It's dealing 2.1 million damage, and it's not even on fully maxed out rolls. The talent that comes with it is Electromagnetic Accelerator, where shots fired deal 0 to 100% weapon damage based on how long the trigger is held before releasing. So as you zoom in, guys, before your target and you're holding that trigger, you'll actually see what appears to be almost like a loading line, right, on either side of the scope. And once that's full, that's when you're going to be dealing that full amount of damage. So you want to hold that trigger as long as you can before taking your shot. Going into the secondary weapon here, we have our ACR. Super trusty. It's banging out at 122k. Also, as you can see, this is one I've been using on a few other builds. It's got Vindictive in it, primarily because of if you're running in a team, there's usually one guy that's running a status build, like an Eclipse Protocol, which takes full advantage of this and gives not just you, but your team all that extra critical hit chance and critical hit damage. Pistols, as you know, we never really get into. But diving into the gear pieces here, we have a Coyote Mask with really solid rolls. Also has a critical hit damage roll. And you can see here, it's got the, as you can see, God, I can't even speak right now. As you can see, we have the talent Pack Instincts. You and all allies gain a bonus based on the distance of the last enemy you hit. So between 0 to 15 meters, you're getting 25% critical hit damage. 15 to 25, you're getting 10% critical hit damage and critical hit chance at 10%. And then after 25 meters or more, you're dealing out 25% critical hit chance. So that doesn't just go to you, that goes to your whole team. Going into our chest piece here, we opted for the Walker, Harris & Co. This brings with it 5% additional weapon damage just on the one piece bonus. You can see here the weapon damage roll is not too bad, but it's not where we want to be. We'd rather be at the full 15%. It does have max crit hit damage. It's got 10% headshot damage, which is maxed out, as well as a crit hit damage mod. The talent on this one is Perfect Headhunter. So this is, again, why we want to bust grapes, right? We want to go after headshots. After killing an enemy with a headshot, your next weapon hit within 30 seconds deals an additional 150% of that killing blow's damage. Damage is capped to 800% of your weapon damage. This is raised, however, to 1,250% if your headshot damage is greater than 150%. We'll get into that in a second. We're going to elaborate. Going into our holster here, you can see it's a Grupo. Brings with it 15% critical hit damage. Decent weapon damage roll on it. Decent critical hit damage roll on it with a critical hit chance mod. Going to our knees, this is going to be piece 1 of 3 of Providence Defense. So the reason we opted for the Providence Defense is because not only are we getting headshot damage at 15%, but with the 2-piece we get critical hit chance, with the 3-piece we get critical hit damage. So we're literally just laying into as much damage, chance, and headshot damage as we can find. You can see this set of knee pads is rolled extremely well. Our second piece of Providence is our gloves. Again, a really solid roll on these pieces. Almost maxed out headshot damage, which would have been fantastic. But we'll deal with the 8.5%. And then you can see here our last piece is the Providence backpack, which rounds out our 3-piece and gives us that 3-piece brand set bonus. Weapon damage is fairly decent. We're not too far off of being max rolled. Critical hit chance is nearly max rolled. We have a really good hit chance mod in there, and we rolled 12% critical damage into it. So the talent we opted for this was opportunistic. Enemies you hit with shotguns, marksman rifles, amplify the damage they take by 10% from all sources for 5 seconds. So that means every time you're hitting somebody within 5 seconds, you get an additional 10% damage. And it's not just you, but you're proccing that for the whole team. So that's fantastic. As you can see here, I'm running my typical striker drone. You guys have come to love and adore. And then obviously we have my Revive 5 because, let's face it, I'm all red and there is no blues anywhere on this build. That means that unless I have a healer with me, I may as well be a bullet magnet and running a glass cannon. However, if we take a look at the overall stats of this, you'll see here that we have really good weapon damage, but the ones that matter the most are right here. So critical hit chance at 57.3. So we'll just say almost a perfect 60%. If we can get a couple of them rolls just a little bit more where we want them to be, we're dealing out 175% critical hit damage. Again, we can always get a little bit more, but we're also doing 212% of headshot damage. Now remember, this is all before any of these buffs. So this is before the talent for the Nemesis. So not taking any of that additional weapon damage into account. This is also before the Headhunter talent. So remember where it said damage is capped 800% of your weapon damage, but it's raised to an additional 400% if your headshot damage is greater than 150. Well, our headshot damage is at 212. So we're going to actually cap out at 1,250% headshot damage just because of how much headshot damage we already have in the build. And I'm not going to lie, guys, it slaps. We're hitting over 19 million per hit on headshots, especially once we start proccing Headhunter. I really think this is going to be a solid build for the summit, especially when it comes to dealing with hunters. You can kind of sit back, let your team kind of do whatever they got to do, put a healer out in front of you, and you can just kind of focus on headshots. But it also plays to that same role where if you're in the summit, this is that good last man kind of thing. This is that good sniper build for that. All right. But again, a build like this is going to require a really good team and really good communication because, like I said, there is no blues in this. So you are really relying on your team to be there to kind of pick you up if you go down, or at the same time, be there to heal you so you can, keep popping out your shots. But as you can see, it's dealing out a ton of damage. So this is our one-shot sniper, guys. And I will say, I've thoroughly enjoyed playing some of this sniper for sure. And I think you guys will enjoy it too. But that's it for this video, guys. Thank you for joining. Hit that like button, hit that sub button. As always, you guys stay classy. I'll catch you in the next video or on my live streams. And until then, you guys have a good day. Peace.